Welcome to the Yo Podcast, and tonight we'll be reacting to the Dallas Mavericks Boston Celtics NBA Finals Game 2. Well. Gee, so in this episode, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to talk about the overall game, right? And then after that, talk about the individual players on each team and what they can tribute or what they need to contribute or what they were missing. So let's just start off with the overall though. When did you start watching this game? Did you start watching from the very tip off? No, because Pritchard hit that half court shot. Oh yeah, that was going into the fourth. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like they were down by I think like 5 or 3. I think it was.
Quarter, Boston really turned it up. And what I mean by that, defensively, they seemed like they changed up a little bit as far as their pressure went. And they were attacking more. And they're playing Boston on and big kudos because I said that I didn't think they was as physical as the Mavericks will be, and they're definitely handling that part of the game.
All right. So I started watching the game the beginning of the second quarter, and I'm gonna say it seemed like everybody came to play on the Boston Celtics, and only about 2 to 3 people came to play for Dallas. And when I mean that, they kept saying Dallas was playing good defense, but I thought they were playing awful defense. I thought their defense was absolutely abysmal. It was everybody was playing flat-footed. They were letting them drive by them. Whenever Luka had the ball, they were standing around, and as soon as they got the ball, it's time for him. Oh, I can shoot now. Oh, okay. And then they were missing shots. I didn't really like the game playing offensively. Defensively was when they say better defense, I felt like they were saying better defense than game 1, because if you missed game 1 and you was watching game 2, you're like, what are these people talking about? Because I really didn't see the good defense.
Well, was it good defense this go round in game 2, or was Boston just missing shots? Because they did not shoot good at all from the 3 or field goal wise.
So
they should have been losing in the first half. Going into halftime, Boston probably should have been down by 9.
And you're proving my point by saying that, right?
Yeah.
But they were up, right?
Yeah.
So if they were playing actually good defense, Dallas should have been up at halftime. Okay. Yeah. And on top of that, right? Mm-hmm. They were shooting bad, and Tatum shot bad, Brown shot bad. Right? Shot bad. But guess what? Combined, they had 19 assists.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because Holiday shot good. White shot good.
Right. White was shooting good. Holiday wasn't doing anything spectacular or great. He was just cutting behind the defense,
That's it.
getting layups.
That's
Right?
it. That's all we need you to do. And he plays
Exactly.
great
But
defense. He's hey,
listen,
Holiday's defense has to be commended. I mean, kudos.
yeah,
Props.
for
Shout out
sure.
to Holiday's defense. Good grief. He's a monster.
But my issue is PJ Washington's closeout defense, right?
Oh man.
Right. PJ Washington had horrible closeout defense. He was playing flat-footed on defense the whole game. He wasn't dictating any direction that the defender should be moving or going. Derek Jones, even though he's trying, he's way too light for Brown and Tatum.
Yeah.
Like you switch off, it was
Take poison, right.
Right, exactly. And then here's my issue. At no point in the game did I say, "Oh, here comes Dallas. Here they come." Like I never had that feeling.
Kind of. I would say
I never had that feeling because you know why? Because at every time that Boston needed a defensive stop or a bucket, they got it, and then every time Dallas needed one, they didn't get it, even on the offensive boards.
You're right.
Offensive boards.
And that's what made that shot from Pritchard that big that you thought was at halftime, but that was going into the because Dallas was on the run. They cut it to 6, and then he hit that 3, and that bumped it right back up to 9.
Right, exactly.
Like, that I was like, that hurt. That is. They shot bad field goal wise, but the timing of the shots, they hit guys like Pritchard, Holiday, Horford. They hit timely shots when they matter.
Yeah, and like not only timely shots, but think about this, right? Okay, on the one defensive end, they get a stop, right? Dallas gets a stop. Gafford grabs the ball, passes it out to PJ Washington. He dribbles up, gets stopped by Brown. Washington passes it back to Luka. Luka jumps up in the air. None of the people are moving. He throws a turnover. They get the ball back, and they come and get a easy dunk by Holiday. That was going to be between a 5 to 9 point advantage. At every single time that Dallas needed a bucket or a defensive stop, they did not get it.
Did not get it.
And I mean, there was times where, hold on, who's the, is it, what is his name? No, not Maxey. Who's the other guard's name? The other guard, I can't think of his name right now. Josh Green. Josh Green. There was 2. I think it was like 2 times that he had a wide open 3 by himself and missed it. Derek Jones Jr. wide open 3 by himself, missed it. Whenever they were down by 9. PJ Washington in the corner, which he normally hits those, he missing. Kyrie going like to the hole, shooting the little pull-ups. I don't understand how many times I saw Kyrie shoot the mid-range on the way down tonight. I've never seen him shoot the mid-range on the way down, and his shots were short. They were dinking off the front of the rim. Like, he even got a point where he got the ball back twice, and the ball hit the same way both times.
Kyrie just had a bad road trip. Hopefully it'll get better when they go back home. Man. Luka is doing everything in his power, and nobody else is showing up. I mean, Gafford, he played great this game. but our other guys, Lively, Jones, Washington, what are we getting out of these guys?
Yeah.
We're not
How
getting
many
the same
times?
productivity.
How many times do you see help side defense staring at the ball and then somebody cut behind them or cut right across their face, layup? And so I noticed the defensive change between game one and game two, right? So the obvious point was to run Boston off the 3-point line, right? But there's
They're doing
one
a
thing to run
terrible
Boston
job
off
at
the
that. Why are they
but
doing so?
like this is why it was terrible though. It's one thing to run Boston off the 3-point line, but then it's another thing to run Boston off the 3-point line and then take yourself completely out the play defensively where you can't recover.
Right.
Like
Right.
they did
Right.
like they didn't close out with any control.
At all.
Because every time they approached blow bys, it was 4-on-5. Swing, swing, corner three. Swing, swing, layup. Swing, swing, cutter. Everybody's on Dallas's defense. After somebody ran somebody off of the line, after that, everybody's like scrambling. Everybody's scrambling like the whole time. Like close out under control, stay in front of the player, and stay in the play. Like, and that's exactly why. And then, so the thing about it is that this is my last point with the overall thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The score and how you score is two different stories in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Even though the score was close, right? But how Boston was scoring was more sustainable
Yeah.
than the way Dallas was scoring.
Right. Right.
Right?
I saw that. Yeah. 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 Good point. That's a good point. Great point.
So like let's go over some of the individual things that you saw throughout this game. Now, I seen 2-3 major things, but I want you to go first though.
I mean, individually, Kyrie seems like I said, he was just having a bad road trip.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge because he's going to be depended on in order for Dallas to win this. Luka can't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Holiday's defense individually,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, hey, put me up in front of anybody. Hey, what y'all want to do? It's the clamps.
Mm-hmm.
Individually, Tatum, he's coming around. I would say more on, not even on a scoring type of thing, just an overall type of thing. Because he's passing, his passes is, I haven't seen Tatum pass like this, on
Mm-hmm.
the way he's, seeing the floor.
Mm-hmm.
White, oh, man. Man. I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about Boston as much as I hate them. All their
Right.
yeah, because these in this game especially, but the 2 games, I mean, they've been playing like a solid founded team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's on the same page. Everybody does their job. They're, not overstepping anybody else's boundaries, not going outside of whatever their normal realm of the game is. And on the Dallas side, it's like now it's like they got to do things different because of the shakeup. I think I would love to say it was a bad road trip for Dallas
Mm, mm,
overall and individually. The only person that seemed like he wasn't having a problem with the situation was Luka, as far as Dallas goes. Um, Gafford individually had a good game tonight,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know if there's anybody else on Dallas that I could speak good on except for Luka and Gafford. Um, Lively, I don't know. He's disappeared. I mean, you can only pick and roll down the lane so much. You know what I'm saying? If that's
Right.
if that's
Right.
the only way you're a threat, I mean, we like you said, they're going to have to figure out some post moves. You know,
Oh yeah,
in the
definitely.
future.
Definitely.
So they completely taken that aspect out of the game. Like, has Dallas thrown any oops? Has there been any
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of
It was like the first. They said there was the first 2 or 3 oops were thrown in this series was thrown in game 2. Like they didn't have any in game 1.
right? So
Right.
they've completely taken that. They basically taken that
Right.
out. Washington. I mean, he was he was the second leading scorer last game. I'm not sure how much he ended up with tonight.
He ended up with 17, so he was the second leading scorer
Again,
again.
okay. Once again, he cannot be the second leading scorer of the team and you expect to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if Luka has a triple double or not. You're not going to win the game if Washington is your second leading scorer and you have a guy like Kyrie Irving on the court as well.
Right.
Kyrie, what he end up with? 15 then today?
16.
16. Oh yeah,
All right.
he's well on the average. So
So,
yeah.
well, here's some of my here's my main 3 to 4 points. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie, he had a bad road games, but when you're a all all-star, you don't fit that mold. You're not allowed to have bad road games.
Right.
Like your like role players generally are the ones that are going to have the bad road games, right? So Kyrie is not allowed to have those.
Right.
Um, PJ Washington had 17, but as much as he messed up on defense, and as much as he was a liability on defense by playing flat, letting people go by them, like that
Yeah.
17 was really not 17 points.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I
Um,
get you.
this is the thing. This is the major thing that I want to talk about, and it's Brown and Tatum, right? Brown and Tatum they have made leaps and bounds far as the maturity of their game, and it showed in game 2,
Yeah.
right? Because like the further you go in the playoffs, right, the more likely you're facing a better team, and the more likely they're better at stopping what you do best, right? The
Mm-hmm.
percentage goes up the further you go in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And this is when I want to talk about the maturity level, right? So like there's a lot of players, if they're not scoring points, they are not effective. And
Right.
it showed when they made it to the championship, right? Versus the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped scoring, they were not effective.
Right.
And in this time, they did not score a lot of points, but they were highly effective.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
19
if you can't
assists
score,
between the two of them. That's
do something else.
yeah.
Right?
And
Like, perfect example, right, man? I have a team I play with Call of like Duty with, right? My one teammate, right? If he's not getting a bunch of kills, he mentally he can't do anything else. All he's focusing on is like, man, I can't get kills, I can't do this, I can't do that. So nothing else matters. But then I have another teammate. He could get up a bunch of kills, but if he can't get kills, man, he's calling out. He's getting in proper position. He's doing this. He's doing that. Man, and then like there'll be times where like we'll end the game and like the whole team has like 10, 9, 8 points and like he has 1 point, and we like win. And generally, it's not because we were getting a bunch of kills. It's because he was putting us in that right spot, even though he didn't get a bunch of kills. You know what I'm saying? So it generally is really showing the maturity level of the evolution of Brown and Tatum. Is being shown way more in game 2 than anything else, because you want to. I mean, now if I came to you and I said, man, Tatum, he only scored 18 points, and like Brown only scored 20 points, and then Luka had 32, you're gonna be like, well, how much did Dallas win by? Right?
Yeah, 32 triple-double. Say that though.
Right.
32 with a triple-double.
With a triple-double. So, like, you're going to be like, oh, well, how much did Dallas win by?
Absolutely.
Right. So, they have evolved their game into not just being scorers, but being really good teammates.
Yeah.
And this is why Dallas is struggling, because of the maturity level of Brown and Tatum.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. And then, I mean, mind you, all Dallas has to do, go to the crib, step back, take a deep breath, hold home court. That's all Boston did. It's the playoffs. They held home court. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a 7-game series still. Mm-hmm. All they did was held home court. Okay, we didn't achieve our goal in stealing one on the road.
Right.
Let's regroup.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this film. Definitely some people may have to, look in the mirror or, whatever, check ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Basically. And come on out with our fans and, just hold home court on your end, Dallas. That's it. They're not done yet. They lose one game at the crib. They may be done.
Now this is the thing. Like, I don't think Dallas is done, but like the way Boston won is what is concerning to me. And Dallas needs to, like, Jason Kidd needs to take the Dallas Mavericks and take them a step back and take them back to the basics and the fundamentals of defense. And because it's a team sport, but it's more of a team sport on the defensive side than anything.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. They need to reestablish themselves on defense. Mm-hmm. They had a last series where like you only really had to stop one or two players, but in like this series you kind of got to stop 4. You got to kind of slow down 4, and that's what they need to figure out. I think Dallas is going to come out better game 3, but that is to be determined. We will be back with a reaction on game 3. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Thank you for the likes and the love and the follows, and we will see you next time, man. Peace.